Man, I wish somebody would have sat down and talked to me about this before I went into business. And so Ed Mylett says that the person you can help the most is the person that you used to be. So today we're talking about the person I used to be in business, and hopefully that will help you not go through a lot of the pain and the heartache that I went through. The number one most important thing, you're going into a new business. You need a mentor. You need as many mentors as you can possibly get. Mentors, coaches, trainers, whatever it is, however you want to look at that person or those people that you want to learn from. Justin Prince says that you should be with the people that are kind of like you, that are on the same wavelength than you. You should have about 33% of your relationships be people that are right there with you. 33% of your relationships should be people that have surpassed where you are, that have grown past it and are willing to kind of give you a hand up and teach you things along the way. And you should be with 33% of the people who are who you used to be, that you can give a hand up and because guys, the best way to learn anything is to teach it. So I'm kind of being selfish here by going over this and the things that I wish I would have known that hopefully can help you. So getting a mentor, in the olden days, we used to call that an apprenticeship. And so if you wanted to learn how to be a blacksmith, you went and you got paid almost nothing. Matter of fact, some apprenticeships, you had to actually pay. You had to pay because you're kind of a pain. So how do we bring that to today? How do we put that for you now? Let's say that you are a terrific muffin baker, and everyone who ever has tasted your muffins absolutely goes crazy over them. And everybody tells you, you need to go into business. You need to go into business. You need to learn about, you need to just sell these muffins. Everyone will buy them. That's not true. If you are just a really good muffin baker, that makes you entrepreneurial. And entrepreneurial is wonderful. That is what America is made of, and it's awesome. So an entrepreneur does what is comfortable for them to do, and that's pretty much all they'll do. They'll bake the muffins. They're comfortable doing that, and they're good at it, and they don't want to hear about learning about a P&L. They don't want to learn about how to market those muffins so that they actually have people purchasing them. And they don't want to learn about distribution. They just want to bake their muffins, and so they're an entrepreneur. When you are serious about growing a huge business, you have to go from being an entrepreneur and bust through and become someone who is purposeful. So in other words, you're an entrepreneur and you're baking the muffins and you hit the ceiling. That's it. That's the best you can do. And then you bake some more and you keep doing it, and then that's it. And nobody's buying your muffins and it's not working out so well. When you can bust through and go, okay, this isn't working. I need some help. I need a business coach. I need somebody who's going to help me. And they help you and you bust through that ceiling that was the ceiling before. Now that becomes your floor. And so you get to go on this floor for a while, and then you're going to have another ceiling that you have to bust through. It's a lot easier to bust through those ceilings when you have someone that can guide you through and lead you to the next steps. And so that, I would say, is the number one thing that I wish I had done when I opened my business. I happen to be in the real estate business, and I didn't have, I was very, I'll figure it out. I can figure anything out. I've figured everything out in my whole life. And yeah, it's true. And I did. I figured it out. But I practiced on the public. And that's the worst thing you can do as a realtor. I practiced on them because I really didn't know what I was doing, but I was learning as I was going. And that's not a way to do business. So get yourself a mentor, get yourself someone that you really appreciate and respect. One of the things about getting one is that in order to be a good mentee, you need to work for them. Take things off of their plate, because they're going to be giving you their time, which is very, very precious. And they're going to be giving you their time. What can you give them in return? How can you serve them? How can you run errands for them? What can you do for them to make it worth it to them to really pour into you? And so that's a question you might want to ask yourself. No one succeeds alone. And that is something that I guess it kind of goes hand in hand with the get a mentor or get a coach or model other people. No one succeeds alone. When we think we have it all figured out, or when we are too embarrassed to say, you know what, I don't know, but I'll find out for you, that costs us years and years of growth. And just be honest about it. If you don't know something, that's the only way that you grow. So you've got to be really humble, and you have to be willing to crawl before you can walk, and walk before you can run. And most of us, when we get good at something, we're good at that one thing, and we're not willing to try or do anything else because we're not going to be that good at it. We're going to look like an idiot when we first start. Be willing to look like an idiot. That should be business 101. Be willing to look like an idiot and don't worry about it. You need to also know how to run a business. How do you learn that? Well, if you're thinking about someday I want to be in business, you could start learning right now. We are in an age of information overload. And I applaud you that you are listening to something like this right now, because you're actually spending your time doing what Benjamin Franklin said, pouring the coins of your purse into your mind. Think about that for a minute. He said, pouring the coins of your purse into your mind. Not that there's any charge for YouTube, not that there's any charge for you to watch this. What is the most valuable thing you have? Well, whether you realize it or not, it is your time. And so you're pouring your time in, and I really do appreciate that you're listening to these, and hopefully it's helping you and helping you get to the next level. No one succeeds alone. So if you're gonna start, let's go back to the muffin. You're gonna start baking these muffins. Who can you go and apprentice with? Is there a baker in town that you could go and say, hey, look, I'll sweep the floors, I will wash the dishes, I just wanna learn. And guys, let me promise you this, never in my entire career, and I have done this countless times, and I bet if you talk to most people who have worked their way up from absolutely nothing, or sometimes less than nothing, they have asked people for help. They have gone to them and they've said, hey, can I buy you lunch? Can I buy you a cup of coffee? I just want to pick your brain. I have not one time had anyone tell me no. And I don't know why that is, but I've not one time had anyone tell me no when I'm just really humble and honest about it. I don't know what you know, and I want to. Are you willing to share that with me? And people are really willing. Yes, absolutely. Come on over. We'll do this. This was just a little taste. If you want to go more in depth, please click this video here. Robbie Faith, we did a full podcast with him, and he is an amazing businessman. You can learn a ton. Thanks for watching.